This is done by my friend Mulek. He will be talking on Sunday as well. Natapon. Okay, very nice. And I'm a graphic designer from Cadson, Demak. My name is Tanachot Sapruangam. Today I represent Samatapap, which is the visual communication design company under Cadson Demak brand. Okay, some of you may call me Guang, or some of you may call me here, or big brother in the office, or at the back there, my student, or some of you may call me Ajahn Guang. Hello there. So I'm a graphic designer, as I say. I do logos, I do identity design, I do editorial design, poster design, visual communication design, anything like that. And I also do type design as well sometimes. And I teach at Sapruangam University International College, and I teach at Comdi Jula. Okay, right. This is my topic. I name it food for thought. So what is food for thought? Okay. So I've been doing graphic design for like many years, and I had a chance to went on study in the UK. I lived there for about 5.5 years in the UK. So during that time in the UK, I didn't do that much on graphic design. I mainly do my job. You know, I find money from working in a restaurant. I was a waiter before when I was in the UK, and then I found some interesting, thinking or thought that I found in a restaurant that I could use to work, to use in graphic design career. So I will talk about problem that I usually get in graphic design career, especially in Thai context, and then I will talk about how I use other knowledges, to solve out that problem and avoid, those comments from, client comment that we don't want to hear. Okay. First of all, I'd like you to see this. Okay, this main problem that, some of you guys are graphic designer. I think you might see this thing a lot. Subjective references. The thing that you don't want to see at the first, when you get the first brief. Okay, if your client said, okay, I want a new packaging for sunglasses for the kids. Okay, and then they suddenly they came up with these references from the internet. They just Google it. You see the colorful wallpaper for kids, font style for kids, and those stuff like that. And then, apparently the client have, partner, like brother and sister, for example. And then brother said, okay, I want something sparkle. And then the sister said, I want something colorful, rainbows. This kind of thing can lock you up when you want to design something. You cannot do anything more than that because they have their they have their own image in their mind already. The other thing is, like high-tech mobile devices or easy to use application, creative application. These days, anyone can be graphic designer. Only if you have mobile phone, you have creative app installed, you're ready to go. You can be a graphic designer. You have a drawing app. You can draw anything on your iPad, and that's it. You can be a graphic designer. And then that problem leads to another problem. When they think that they can be a graphic designer, they can establish themselves a company. And then at the end, you have a lot of graphic designer in the society. I want to show you this. This is the promo ad that I found on the internet. It says 600 promo, okay? 30 of any design. Like you want logo, you want leaflet, you want the advert for Instagram or whatever you want. 30 design just for $500. And the other one is say, okay, logo design for just 3,000 baht or $85. And it actually say underneath the email, it say that, okay, you can change anything you want, unlimited amendment, something like that. I have to say this in Thai because it's funny. This actually say, okay, pro 600 baht, 30 อย่าง. The other one say ตู้หู ตู้หู is the other way to say, oh my God. Oh my God. Logo 3,000 บาท แก้กี่ครั้งก็ได้ kind of thing like that. So, how we gonna survive in this career if you have something like that? How we can avoid kind of this thing? Okay. The other one is feng shui. Have you ever heard of this word? Feng shui. Okay. As you can read that on the screen. Okay, it's the way of position things, object, and how many things around you. You could see that in interior design or architecture, kind of thing like that. It consists of 5 elements: of fire, earth, metal, water, and wood. And yeah, in this region, Southeast Asian, like in Hong Kong, Singapore, many people believe in this kind of, study. Okay, I don't have a problem with this. If you say, okay, it's, linked to you how to you live or how you put things around. Okay, for example, they say that fires and water shouldn't be set on next to each other. It makes sense to me, okay, I can understand that if you have a cooker and you have a sink tap set next to each other, and then your cooker got fire, you couldn't use that like a sink tap to extinguish the fire. So it makes sense to me. Or the other example, okay, you shouldn't put your bedroom on the east because in the morning the sun will project the light into your room. That makes sense to me. But how come this guy do that on the logo design? Logo design, rich as millionaire by master of Feng Shui. I have to say this in Thai again. It say that รับออกแบบโลโก้รวยเหมือนเจ้าสัว How funny is that? And take a look at the rules. Okay, I don't want to read it all. I'm gonna point out some example. Okay, if you have chubby form logo, it means wealthy. Okay, if you have a skinny form, it means poverty. You shouldn't design your logo like skinny form, kind of thing like that. Right? I actually translate this from Thai. I'm not quite sure that I do it correctly or not. That's an example. Okay. Right. So I have those problems all the time. Some of you, I know that you have some of these problems all the time, and then how we solve this problem. So it reminds me when I was working in a restaurant in the UK. I have to tell this story. I think it's important to me. One day, not one day, almost every night, before we start the night shift, the dinner shift, okay, all the manager would come on the floor and then make a small briefing about what we going to do tonight, how many booking we have tonight, or what we have special tonight. Okay, the head chef would come up and say, okay, today we got a fresh pork, we got a nice, beef sirloin, just be delivered from the fresh market. Okay, and I want you guys, as a waiter and waitress, to sell this stuff tonight. So and we are mourning about it because those stuff are expensive. Like a piece of lamb, for example, or fresh pork. They are expensive, and that restaurant, Thai restaurant that I used to work is quite high end. Okay, so and then the bar manager came up, and then they talked to us that why would you talk to them the other way around? Instead of asking them what would you like to have, asking them what you want to have. Why you don't ask the other way around? Why you don't ask, or you don't tell them straight away that we have fresh pork, very nice pork, grilled pork to sell today, just deliver today, and then you could, like offer them or recommend them to have another bottle of wine, to accompany with the meal as well. So this one as well, you could tell them that okay, the French Chenin Blanc is go well. With the beef salad, it had a fruity and sweet taste, kind of go together. You could use this dialogue, to approach them or recommend them to upsell your thing, your stuff. Okay, I kind of spark on that day and those days that I work in a restaurant, and then I think that I can use those kind of thinking into the graphic design. Let's have a look at the first example. This is Bergamot. Okay, Bergamot is a family business. They do anti-high falling product. They do the product. They use natural ingredients. They use kaffir lime. Okay, and the people, Thai people, would perceive it as, like medicine or lab product or scientific feeling. It has some background about that. Some of you may know. And then, it's high falling problem anti-product, and then especially for grandparents or people who had a bowel head. Okay, and then we always have this image attached to it because in the past we usually see this advert of bergamot, the old people and pouring the product on the head. Okay, and then the smell is quite bad. If you smell that kind of scent, you know it right away that old people coming behind you. Right. So, right, at the first meeting, at the briefing day, okay, this is what parents, it's family business. The parents said they want it to fight again, to fight them, because it's quite similar to them, the product, the logo and stuff, and then they use the same ingredients. And the other way around, the children, the daughter and son, said, this is what they want to be. What they want to be. They want to change their whole image. They want to be someone new. Not the old image. I don't want the old elderly people image. I want to be something like this. So we came back to the office and then thinking about what approach should we go for them? What approach or what method should we use to achieve this brief? So I came up with the idea that I should use the thing called JND. Okay, what is JND? JND means just noticeable difference. Okay, it's a branch of experimental psychology focused on senses and sensation and perception. Like JND is the amount of something that must be changed, in order to different that to be noticeable. Okay, let me put it this way. For example, if you have a bag of potato crisps, potato snacks, and then normally you sell this $1, and then the amount of the package is like 100 grams for that pack. And then things under the JND, when you change the amount of the snack to 90 grams, the consumer won't be able to notice the change because you just reduce the amount. The whole package and the price is still the same. And the thing over the JND is something that you totally change, like you change the package, you change the size, you change the price, those things called over JND. So I got that idea, so I think that I could use this to compromise both sides, parents, daughter and son. So we meet in the middle, okay. So I came up with this graph. I explained them that, okay, the parents want something like this, not really change. And then the daughter and son said they want something like that, totally change. So I said, you should use the JND, can we meet in the middle? So surprisingly, they say, that's a good idea. And they say, okay, let's go for this. Go something just above the JND, change but not that change. And I also do that on the symbol as well, on the symbol of the cover line. Okay, if you want to change to that abstract way, it's going to be, you're going to lose your identity, lose your stuff that you have been doing for many years. On the colors, I get rid of the color that doesn't necessary, like deep blue and gold. And I keep those blue and yellow, and I think that it's still, when it combined together, we get turquoise, and it still conveys the feeling of organic, scientific and medical in a way. So all the sense of the brand that they want to keep still the same, and they also have the new image as well. And we also did the custom typeface for them as well. This is the feature of the type. We did it in light, regular, and bold. Okay, and then eventually they just launched the new packaging. Actually, the packaging, we didn't do it. They have another team take care of the packaging and stuff for them. We just did the lettering design, symbol, and color scheme. Okay, and they launched the new logo just 2 weeks ago at Siam Paragon. So that's story about the bergamot. Okay, let's see this one. collaboration. Okay. This company consists of three partners: P. George, P. Nun, and P. Boy. P. Boy just sat right there at the back. Okay. So it's landscape architecture company. So they're taking care of the environment around the building. It's what they do. Okay. They can and vitalize the space around the architecture into another level, kind of thing like that. This is what they do. And then the three partners told us that what signature of that company. They said that, okay, we don't have any signature. We don't have any particular way of doing the work. That's mean the reason why we call this company collaboration, landscape collaboration, is collaboration of teamwork, of group of people. They have architecture, they have designer, they have landscape, they have horticulturalists, people who know a lot of trees, who know a lot of plants, who know that which part of the building could plant what plant, kind of thing like that. So it's collaboration of people. So I kind of grabbed that idea, and then I think on that, what kind of method that I could do with that logo. So I came up with this idea: collaboration of type, collaboration of people. Okay, so I'm working with Cadson Demak for a long time. I've been listening to bits for many times, and then I think 2 years ago, some people talking about variable font, and then I kind of think that I could do that on their logo, because I like the way that variation font can do something like this. You can have a waving, like waving curve on the logo is kind of, you can transferable and stuff like that, and then kind of fit well with the concept of landscape. Okay, what I did at the first is, if you see the L, the left top one, the L, draw it in very thin and very condensed, and then the E one, the last one, the E one, I just draw it very thick and very wide. Okay, kind of compose them or render them into this kind of composition. Okay, but anyway, they say that it's quite odd for them, because they don't quite get it, because it might be kind of too fashion for them, So we came back, and then we did the other way, the other solution. So, but we try to keep on the same idea, that collaboration of type, collaboration of people. So there we go. So I'm thinking of using all the type classification. So these are 7 type classification that I used in that logo. So I think I can use them all. Many people, many characteristics, many working style, working in the same place. So it kind of can be random in the logo. And then, I think that further, okay, if you say collaboration, so collaboration of type shouldn't be on the word landscape. It should be on the word collaboration instead. So I did the other one here. And then I presented to them, and then they can have this kind of variation composition without notice of any differences. Right. I kind of did the animated as well. Right. Okay. And every one of them in the company can have the custom business card. If you want to pick the sans serif at the front, I pick, or you want to pick serif at the front, or you want to pick geometric at the front, you can do it. Okay. The other one here is Studio Park. This is the old logo. Okay, they do filming service, not filming service. Sorry, they do filming rental space service. They're quite big. They have a quite big area. It's not far from Bangkok. It's just Bangkok, Chonburi. Okay, they provided sound stage that people can have a film production with them. They also provide the equipment for filming and props and storage, kind of stuff like that. And they have lakes and forests, and they even have the kind of rotating platform. If you build the set film setting on this platform, and you can move around, and then if you don't like the background, you can move the whole set, and then projecting another background, kind of thing like that. That's why they name it the studio park, the studio in the park. Okay, and at the first they have this like kind of code for us. Imagination needs space, so I kind of have to think about it and think on what we could use with it. Okay, this is our first idea. Okay, I think about perspective, one-point perspective drawing that you could use. Is it combines time and space in it. From one perspective, you can do everything on this technical drawing. Okay, it came up with this kind of like radial lines, and I put it in the background, and then I did the typesetting at the front, and then I let the layer between the lettering and the background can be changeable. So imagination just right there. That's the first draft. So you can put anything behind it. So it's kind of answer the concept of imagination and space. Okay, right. The other one is I found this link between those stuff, building boxes, and the art model or the basic shapes that if you learn art, you used to draw them when you were in the first year, kind of thing like that. And then I found the link between your remote control, that you can have those shapes as well. So I kind of grabbed that together and then put it in another concept. I called it imagination in command. So if you come in this place, studio or park, your imagination is in your command. Right. So it can, rearrange. It can reposition into other form, anything you like, like imagination. And again, this is the just sketches, okay. But this one here, this is the final one that they pick as their logo, not this picture, okay. But this concept, okay. This concept is about, like, I think it goes directly to the client, not the studio park. I mean the client that hire this space. If you are the film production, you want something that you can do anything in the space. Like you are the director or you are the cameraman. Okay, you want to pick any angle you want. Angle is the key. So I kind of grab that if you come here in studio park, you can choose any angle you want, and kind of combine with this kind of action. I really like it. It's called a clapperboard. This one is, if you hold this one in your hand, it's like you got the whole world in you. Like you have power to stop and action people. I kind of like it, and then I combine them together. Okay, so I came up with this idea. So this is the final one of the studio park logo. Okay, it can be cut and action, it can be movable, changeable, and it can form to anything you want. And then they put the word, choose your angle. And you can have where is action as well. They can have where action. You can have this. You can have like mimicking the action in the film, in action film, like bombing or something like that, stuff like that. And at the final logo, you can look like both ways. You can look like it's stepping up the stair, or even stepping down the stair. It kind of has, like optical illusion in it. Like this is how I love to do this. I like to show client our opinion, our ideas. I like to show them what we can do, what kind of thinking or method that we can combine and propose them. And I exciting every time when I hear their reaction, whether they like it or not. And it's like I use in the restaurant. Like if I see someone taking too long on the menu, I wouldn't go there and ask, "Are you ready to order?" or "You need a couple more minutes." That's things I do. I never do that. Why do I would, okay, what is your preference? What's the thing that you really want? And then I would recommend it what you should have. I think that's the key. I think that's my food for thought. Thank you.